Morning. This is John, and it is January 3rd, 2021. 1321. Some geese in the background interrupting the silence. Interesting. I'm out on this walk this morning, and there seems to be a quality of this quiet I've never felt before. I mean, I've been out here in the morning and in the evening, and it's quiet. This is different. If I had to qualify it, I would say it's almost palpable. Typically, when things settle down, you can hear the quiet through the landscape. This quiet seems to be the landscape from which the form of the landscape is emerging. I don't know if that makes sense. We've all heard of the quiet before the storm. This feels like the quiet in spite of the storm. And maybe I'm just projecting. But I think the world, and certainly our country, is in a hush at the moment, as well it should be. Most people are, I think, anticipating this as the quiet before the storm. But I think that simple shift in perspective, using it as the quiet in spite of the storm, is what will carry us through whatever is going to emerge for us in the next few days, months, and even years. I think it's a great habit to get into. I know it's revealed wondrous, miraculous, awe-inspiring experiences for me to be able to remain in the quiet in spite of the storm. And one of the things I've noticed about that quiet is that, firstly, it's a habit. It's something I had to cultivate. I was so three-dimensional motivated. Everything was materialistic. Career, finance. Stuff. And I've realigned my life to put God first. God. God's will for me, I believe, is perfect peace. And when I prioritize in that way, it really doesn't matter what shows up in my life. Peace or the peace of God, I should say, is the number one objective, and then whatever else shows up is superfluous. I already have what I need and what I want. Hallelujah. But to the point I was making, that I noticed, which is fascinating to me, actually really exciting. As I conditioned my mind to respond from the quiet within or through the storm, I suddenly noticed that help comes in multitudinous forms. I think that's a word. Forms? No. Multitudinous? I believe that's a word. Anyway, in so many forms, I sometimes have to laugh, when the form of the answer shows up in some way I wasn't expecting, and I think to myself, how did I miss that? And now I look for them. The answer comes in so many forms, and Course in Miracles says an answer, if properly understood, given by God, is always some form of peace. And that's been my experience, that the answer, regardless of the form it takes, is some form of peace. And then where is peace not, is really the question. In all these forms, there is peace. and particularly this morning, I'm not sure why, but the peace it almost seems to be leaning on the chaos, covering the chaos, silencing the chaos, metaphorically speaking, maybe even literally speaking, I don't know. Today has a strange, peaceful quality to it. You'd have to be in a coma or in another, literally in another world somewhere, not to recognize what's going on our planet. I know the U.S. is about to take some steps into uncharted territory, and I know that freedom-loving peoples from around the world are watching us. Let us be an example to each other. Access that peace in spite of the storm. And as we teach, so shall we learn. And so shall we demonstrate to the rest of the world that clamoring. What I just say about the peace and quiet, and you guys showed up. They ruined my whole talk. The quiet's gonna get you. All right, forget everything I just said. Oh my God, that's funny. You bunch of squawking geese ruining the quiet. See, even the Lord has a sense of humor there. Let us be an example to the world. We're taking our hit right now. It's our turn in the box. As Americans, we've had quite a turn in the box the whole year. But look for the helpers in all the forms. As I stay open to it, there's no end to the miraculous ways in which the answers come. And as I said, if truly understood, God's answers are always some form of peace. It's just my experience. But I think when you find it's your experience too, heaven and earth will pass away, meaning they will cease to exist as separate states, and we will literally have our heaven on earth. Look, those noisy bastardos, they flew away. They're heading back to Canada, where those Canada geese belong. I hope they have their paperwork in order, because USCBP, USCPB, so Border Protection Patrol, whatever it is, Customs is checking, these geese, make sure they're Canadian geese, and not China geese. Deep breath. Good luck with what's coming up. May 2021 be 2020 WON1. Blessed New Year to everyone. Peace out.